Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about
comic books, costumes,
facts,
boots, and other stuff.
In this week's issue, the Walrus.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes. I am Zach, joined by, let's see, how about, I do this all the time. I think the problem is always trying to one-up myself because I want you to feel each week like you're prouder of who you were the one before.
Sure.
But then the problem with doing this too is I feel like I haven't done this one before, but I never am sure like, oh, I've used that one. I haven't. I'm going to say the Aqualad to my Aquaman.
All right.
Have we done that yet?
No,
have you been Aqualad yet?
I have not been Aqualad
well,
yet.
Here's the Aqualad of the podcast, Mike.
I am, I'm confused and I don't know. Aqualad just seems like the Godzuki of
it is,
Aquaman,
which I could not sing.
Okay.
Godzuki. I get that reference.
You just put out the little rings of smoke. Hated that guy.
I got to see all those on Cartoon Network back when they would have like weekend blocks.
Oh, but you're watching the animated ones.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the live action ones?
No.
Oh yeah. There's like 3 or 4 movies where Godzuki shows up.
Oh really?
No,
so
stupid.
The only Godzilla movie I have seen is we had a VHS that I swear we got at like a Walmart when I was young for very cheap. And it was the original Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Oh yeah, the black and white one?
No, okay, sorry. Then maybe not the original, maybe the second one. It's color, but it's like 60s.
Sure.
And that's all I remember.
Is it the one where they roll down the hill while they're fighting each other?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that is the one. And I remember rooting for Godzilla, but
yeah.
He doesn't win.
I love that movie.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't win.
Yeah, he doesn't win in the new one either.
Yeah. Oh, really? Do they battle it? See, I haven't watched any of those. Like
they beat each other up.
Monster movies are fine. I haven't watched anyone.
Godzilla, the current swath of Godzilla movies are fairly decent. The King Kong or Kong versus Godzilla or whatever it's called, it was good. It just didn't meet my expectations, but my expectations are super friggin' high for that stuff.
No, I got you.
You know, I'm just totally pumped to see the new monsters.
I was about to say, are you a feature fan?
Oh yeah, I grew up watching all that stuff. Yeah, it was great. I've watched all the Godzilla movies. I mean, all of them.
But does it go past that to even like, do you like The Thing and
Carpenter?
Yeah.
Or the old one? Carpenter one is fantastic. Yeah. I love it. I like the sequel / rebootish kind of thing. Yeah, it's just called The Thing also.
But
doesn't
doesn't that take place before the movie back in the 80s?
I think
back in 80. Sorry, not the 80s.
Yeah, okay. It does. I think it's a prequel. Yeah.
Cuz
I thought it was good though. I mean, they find the Ice Station Zebra or whatever it is, you know, and they talk about it. I thought it was cool.
No, I think that I enjoy those movies for the most part, but I feel like I just never I never watched them more than when I was a kid with that one VHS for some reason, and that was the one it was. But
Snake Plissken fighting something in the snow is great. I mean, I don't care.
I was like, I don't remember that, and then I just realized you were just referring to Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, and not just
Escape from New York is the way I'll always think of Kurt Russell.
See, it's I think of Kurt Russell, I think of Tombstone. But then when I think of Tombstone, I automatically think of Val Kilmer. Because Val Kilmer...
No, that's more of a Val Kilmer vehicle.
As Wyatt Earp is... Or not Wyatt Earp, as Doc Holliday is the best part of that movie. So, Mike, today...
Escape from New York. Fantastic. Escape from LA sucks. Even though it's got Bruce Campbell in it.
Well, I mean... Bruce Campbell can't be bad.
He's like
anything he's in.
He's like a bad dentist.
You remember you're a big Bruce Campbell fan, and we're just going to be sidetracked a lot today, and that's just fun. That's how it is. I remember he did a interview with NPR or something like that, and he brought up the fact that in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movies that he's the only person to defeat Spider-Man in all three movies.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Like, he doesn't allow him in to see one of the shows. He's a waiter in one of them. Who,
he's the wrestling guy in the other one.
Yeah, he's with good old Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm Bonesaw. Oh man.
Yeah, those are the first two Spider-Man movies. The first two Raimis are good.
Yes.
The third one I hate.
Well, but now you get
I
Raimi
don't say
doing
that about a bunch of Raimi movies,
but you get Raimi doing Doctor Strange. So
we'll see what happens, man.
All right, so do
you guys like comics?
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of talking about them still.
We're getting there.
I mean, we talked about Doctor Strange. We're getting there. It's comic adjacent. Sure. Today's character is the Walrus.
The Walrus.
Now, the Walrus first appeared, and this is the main thing we're going to talk about, is his first appearance, which was in The Defenders number 131, which debuted in 1984.
Defenders is a Marvel vehicle.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
In this issue of The Defenders, it's Beast, it's Iceman, and it's Angel. Okay. That's the three characters.
Okay.
Frogman makes an appearance too, but he was a Spider-Man villain before this appearance.
Yeah.
I'll explain to him when we get to the issue. The Walrus was created by J.M. I apologize if I mispronounce this, but J.M. Demitis, Peter Gillis, and Alan Cooperberg.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he has a actual name too. A alter ego, as you will, when he's a real person and not a villain, and that's Herbert Carpenter.
Herbert Carpenter.
Which, of course, we have our first reference there to Alice in Wonderland. Herbert Carpenter, because it's the carpenter of the walrus.
Remember okay. All right.
Later on in this character's origin,
wouldn't even thought about that.
He has a partnership with the White Rabbit, which is another.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But we are going to focus on his origin and his first appearance here in The Defenders number 131. Again, now, May 1984.
Let me ask you, is it Walrus or is it Walrus?
Walrus. Walrus.
Okay. 2 words, 1 word?
1 word.
Okay. All right. So it's just Walrus.
The Walrus.
Okay. All right. I got you.
What? Like, was it?
I'm just asking. I don't know if maybe it was Walrus. You know how it is in comics. They split that crap up or whatever sometimes.
Yeah. Maybe his name was Russell.
Right. Exactly.
And he lived by a wall. And he got
That's comic book logic right there. He lived by a wall.
And he had tough skin. So they named him
big teeth.
Walrus.
Hey, it's Walrus.
Which, by the way, in my attempt to find more, when I like to dive into a character, of course, I can read like Comic Vine, the Wikipedia page, other things I can find. And I like to do a quick just breeze through of YouTube just to see if there's any content up there for it. All I kept getting was trailers for the movie Tusk, which just always bugs me still. I love Kevin Smith, but just the concept of that film, I don't know why, it just bugs me.
It's weird,
so
I'm not a big fan.
Mr. Walrus, or Hubert, as he's here, he becomes the Walrus basically from his great uncle.
Okay.
It's his uncle, not his great uncle. That's his great uncle, not whatever.
He was a great uncle.
Yeah, he was a great uncle.
Sure.
He's a very smart man.
Okay.
Or at least thinks he is. He's a scientist that cannot get employed anywhere.
That seems to be a running theme in most of these folks. They think they're very smart.
Exactly. His uncle's name is Humbert. So Hubert and Humbert. Uncle Humbert.
Uncle Humbert
is a scientist, and we're actually going to build on something else we've talked about before on this podcast, and that is tenure. Because apparently tenure is very important in comics.
Keep coming up?
He is out. His uncle Humbert is out to prove that he is a smart scientific mind.
This was the weasel's problem too,
It
right?
was. The weasel wanted tenure.
Yeah.
Well, now his uncle is working on to create. He is trying experiments out on Hubert.
Okay.
And his thing is he's going to create supervillains or people with superhuman powers to show that he is smart. And he no longer has to work down in the boiler room
where they put the bad scientists.
Yeah. Well, no, he works as a janitor.
Oh.
It's
Wait.
like they've taken
Oh,
no
Hubert is.
No, Humbert.
Humbert is a janitor.
Like they quit letting him
But he
do
was a
science stuff.
You can't do science anymore. Go
You
mop
have to go clean stuff.
downstairs.
Yeah, no, that's what they did.
That's how that works.
But still, it
Hey,
does.
by the way, the Weasel, that's a DC property.
Yeah,
This is a Marvel property. So tenure is a real problem in the
it
entire
is
comic
in the
book
entire
world.
exactly. So just to show you
Who knew?
the very first time we see the first page of the issues, you can see Hubert is tied up to his uncle Humbert's Ray a la a James Bond.
Yeah, or a Frankenstein kind of thing.
Just strapped to the board. And Hubert.
Because it's got the chains. It looks like maybe he throws him up there to get struck by lightning or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And if you hadn't put
Struck
it
by a
together yet,
walrus.
since his name is the Walrus, of course, Hubert is a oversized man because they weren't going to make the Walrus,
Walrus shouldn't be a skinny guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I get that.
So he's basically, we can tell from
Oversized man.
the panels that we hear about some of the, I guess, experiments that have happened that have failed.
Yeah.
Where his uncle, like one kind of ray that he shot him with to try to give him powers, Hubert got a rash forever from.
Oh, okay.
One, he thinks that
Forever rash.
Yeah.
Sure.
he goes, he breaks out after it's shot with this ray. And at first he's confused because Hubert says, thinks he has the proportional strength of a turkey because that's what the ray was originally supposed to do.
Okay.
But no, while he's trying to figure out what's happened, because he gets shot with the ray from his uncle, everything explodes down there in the, little boiler room closet.
Sure.
And so he's trying to figure out what has happened to him. Obviously, he's unscathed. Hubert is unscathed. We will call him Walrus from this point forward, just to be easier.
Okay.
And Walrus's grandpa grabs one of the pillars that has fallen and takes off running and rams it into
his
him.
grandpa.
Sorry, uncle.
Uncle. Okay.
I say uncle,
I
but
thought
he
there
is
were a
an
bunch of them
elderly
down
man.
there.
He's an elderly man.
Oh yeah, he
so
is
I
a
keep
very
getting
old man. Yeah, look at that.
his old uncle, his great old
His
uncle,
old ass uncle. Sure.
and runs right into him with
Who runs this place that doesn't go down and check on the uncle / grandpa?
I have no clue.
Is down there shooting lightning into people, making them into turkeys. And by the way, how does he choose his animals?
I don't know either.
He's got like a Chinese spin and speak or whatever. He just spin the sound of a walrus.
I don't know. Well, I'm trying to find the link where he decides
proportional
on
strength of a turkey.
I found out how, and you'll love how he gets the name of the walrus as what he chooses. But again, I bring it up. His uncle talks about how strong he is now, and as he's running out, excited, he's like, his uncle tells him, success. Now they'll give me tenure again because tenure is very important. But then it says that the defenders are in town, which are Beast, Angel, and Iceman right now.
X-Men Light.
Because Beast is giving a speech at whatever the college campus is in town.
He was very smart.
He was.
Did he have tenure?
I don't think I think this is like a speaking tour.
Oh, okay. All right.
I guess he probably has tenure back where he works.
The Road to Tenure
I
tour
don't
featuring
think,
Beast.
What's his name? Hank? Crap. It was James McAvoy played Professor X, but it's Hank. Starts with an M. Is Beast's name?
Yeah.
Fraser Crane.
Yeah.
Who actually? Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But Beast is on some speaking tour. We see Hubert go back to his room, and he's trying to. He goes, God, he's tried them all. Talking about his uncle, Captain Squirrel.
Captain Squirrel.
I'm sorry, Squirrel Man. It's Captain Stoke.
Oh.
Squirrel Man, the masked tapir, Tapir.
Tapir?
Yeah.
What's a tapir?
The Crimson Turkey.
Crimson turkey. Big red turkey.
This is where he goes, geez, we're getting down to the W's. What fearsome beast could he have given me the proportional strength of that begins with a W?
That's a tapir.
Oh, it's that weird kind of anteater.
It looks
looking...
like a pig with an anteater face.
Yeah. Okay.
The tapir.
It says feverishly Hubert's crossword puzzle worker skills, which by the way, we learned he's a fiend when it comes to solving crossword puzzles because that makes him a genius.
The uncle?
No, the walrus.
Oh.
He says feverishly Hubert's crossword puzzle worker skills are put into operation And he until I've got it.
And then he fights the X-Men.
An inspiration from the greatest group of all time. And I've even got the costume for it. I shall become a creature of the night. A ... And it skips ahead to back on college campus. So you don't know what he's going to be. But I will tell you.
I don't think of a walrus as a creature of the night.
He is holding a copy of the Beatles' Magical Mystery Tour record when he decides. So he is naming himself off of, I am the wall. What is the name of the song? Why can I not think of it right now?
Man.
Yeah, but still.
The Beatles Jam Sesh 1.
He is named himself the Walrus after a Beatles album.
He just walks around, cuckoo-ca-choo.
It was going to be Eggman, but we were already in the W's.
That's right, yeah.
So Beast is like freaking out about giving this speech for some reason.
Yeah.
Like everybody's interested. They're there to see him. He's just kind of frantically, moving around. There's a lot of people that want things from him.
Sure.
One thing that I thought was
like 3 shows a day.
One thing that I thought that was hilarious for some reason is that Angel and Iceman are trying to get in. And one of the girls says, I'm trying to find this clip to read it. Basically, to get back into here it is. Okay. So all the girls and people there are trying to meet Beast, and Angel and Iceman, not in costume, are back there hanging out.
Right.
And one of the girls comes up and goes,
how does Angel hide those wings?
Under his suit jacket, I guess.
Okay.
He says, "Are you 2 superheroes too?" And both of them, obviously trying to hide the fact that they are, go, my name's Warren. I'm Mr. McCoy. Hank McCoy is his last name.
McCoy, there you go.
I'm Mr. McCoy's booking agent. And then the other guy says, and I'm Lance, his boyfriend. And the girl says, "Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I mean, I understand, of course."
Yeah.
Beast goes, "Bobby, why did you say that?" So, if it wasn't one thing, we have our villain named after a Beatles album. We already have, basically just bashing homosexuality.
Sure.
And a couple panels of just like, I'm doing it as a joke. It's funny. Yeah. He's like, what if she believes you? What if? Okay,
Who cares?
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats.
This girl we've never met is going to believe you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Some student that's just come up here that can't even tell that, like, Angel doesn't even hide his face. Like, the mask goes around the outline of it. She can't tell who he is. So I think we're safe.
Yeah.
Basically, I'll kind of speed up through some of this so I'm not just hanging on to the fact. Frogman. Frogman was a Spider-Man villain. He dresses up in a frog costume.
A big frog, yeah.
Or I think technically in this story it was like his father.
He's a big frog who wears those superhero underwear. I've seen him before.
Yes.
Like that's the only thing he's got on.
No.
Right?
No.
No?
Not this one.
Oh.
This Frogman has a fully frog suit with springs on the bottom of his feet.
Well, sure, but doesn't he have the underwear on too? Though
it's like a lighter yellow kind of.
Yeah, he's got the
but
Superman
see, his
panties
eye
on.
holes are through the mouth.
Look at that. Yeah.
It looks like a giant frog ate a dude. That's what his costume looks like.
It does. And why is he so ribbed?
I don't know. So basically, Beast gives this speech. Frogman shows up to kind of, be like, hey, I just wanted to come and ask you guys if you needed some help. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf. I'm done being a bad guy.
Sure.
Another thing, let's go back to the Walrus in this issue. Another thing that his uncle is obsessed about, aside from tenure, is also talk shows.
Oh, okay.
Because he tells him before he leaves to go out and cause destruction. And that way Ricky Lake will have you. Well, he goes, this way we'll get on the Phil Donahue show. Oh, Phil Donahue. Wow. Okay. All right. So he goes, the Walrus goes and like tears up a Quickie Burger. Okay. Quickie Burger. Then he goes to. He tears up Quickie Mart. Just all the quickies. Yeah. No, he goes to where Beast is giving a speech and he interrupts the speech now. So Frogman interrupted it first. Oh, no. And they're he's like, no, I'm not here to help. Or I'm not here to hurt anything. Frogman was, I just want to be a part. Right. The walrus.
Just here to interrupt.
No, the walrus is here
Ribbit.
to just quote. He doesn't say quote, but he's just here to tear shit up.
He's just going to cause mayhem. And
he's going to go in. Exactly.
As Walrus
That's what he
do.
wants to do is cause, like, the thought of mass destruction is nice to Hubert.
Well, you know the old saying, like a walrus in a china shop. So, you know.
A walrus with a rocking chair in a china shop.
That's right.
That makes me nervous or something like that. I don't know.
That's the old
So
saying
you've been
handed down from my great uncle.
Yeah, I've known him since
Who
he
was a
was
janitor.
knee high to a walrus.
Knee high to a walrus.
But all of the others try to attack Walrus.
I don't even think of Walrus as like nemesing.
Well,
you know, I mean, I don't think, oh my God, I'm gonna get attacked by this walrus.
No, and
when does that happen?
He's not really, because I'm trying to find. He looks ridiculous. Like, there's nothing about him that is menacing at all as a walrus.
Why does he have the rainbow W?
I don't know.
Is that a?
It's not.
That's not a gay thing.
It's not. It's not.
They never
mentioned.
reference that.
I mean, maybe later they do. He's in a Deadpool series, which, if any place would reference anything.
That kind of makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, in this one, it's just like he has a giant brown body with like almost platypus like flip, like the color of his fins. They gave him and Frogman. Did you notice both? Like when you would go snorkeling, how they give you those flippers.
Things,
yeah, that's the kind of shoes they wear. But all he does is he has super strength as a walrus.
Okay,
and
I can see that.
Yeah, and so like he punches Iceman, and like obviously they feel it, and they're hurting them. And they're becoming exhausted because when they punch him, they're just wearing themselves out. Like their strength isn't affecting him because he's like this giant walrus-like creature.
So just as an aside here, I looked up walrus attacks human each year. Right, I'm trying to figure out how many walrus attacks there are each year.
2.
There's like it's not even a number.
Oh, really?
Like the worst thing they do is capsize boats.
Well, you could kill somebody from capsizing a boat.
Sure you can. But I mean, it's not like they capsize it and then they go up and just jam them with those big teeth.
You say that, but there could be just a real asshole walrus out there who's just like winding around. He's like, it's my time. And he just like scoots up, capsizes the boat, and just laughs to himself.
This literally says, there's a picture here of a walrus and a guy with a spear kind of going after him in the water. It says, man in kayak attacked by walrus circa 1895. So I'm not sure the last time that happened.
If he went after a walrus in a kayak with a spear, he kind of deserves it. Like,
sure,
the walrus should be able to defend himself in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, how far do you have to go out in your kayak to find a big walrus?
Exactly.
To attack?
Oh, like he's probably paddling with the spear too. So, like, I mean, you're just like paddling around.
They do say that they can break through the ice to attack like hunters.
Ooh.
There is one account of a walrus launching itself from the water to chase hunters on the ice.
Just to chase them, not to attack them.
But again, they're hunters.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a threat.
Exactly.
It's not like a rattlesnake. You just walk by it and it goes, fuck, and you attacks you. No, I think you walk by any walrus, you're gonna be fine. Right?
Yeah, I think that you might get close enough and they like make that weird noise.
Sure.
Like, and they like bounce towards you to kind of stay away.
At that point, I'm like, oh shit, I'm too close to this walrus.
So this completely non-lethal
thing.
Close to this walrus.
Yeah.
Can we make a T-shirt that just says that?
When does that happen?
I just wanted to say, oh shit, I'm too close to this walrus, and that's it.
And just have that crying emoji. So like you got too personally close to it, and maybe it had a health scare or something. And
it's kind of like there's a T-shirt I've always wanted to get that just has 2 dolphins on it wearing Hawaiian T-shirts. They have bad mitten rackets, and it has a tent in the back, and it says "for all intents and purposes." It's dumb. Not. It is. So as we've established, the walrus is not a threatening villain at all.
Sure, no, I don't think of him as one.
But he shows up, and the 3 defenders cannot take him down.
I'd be more scared of a giant frog, honestly.
Yeah.
Because that frog looks menacing.
But it's a guy in a frog suit. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Frog.
So you see a guy in a frog suit coming at you, and you can see his eyes through the mouth, and you're like, oh, shit, what is this guy
Yeah, but no, that's more scary to me. Yeah, just because I don't know if we've ever talked about
This is crazy man coming at me is what I would think.
Yeah, I don't know if we've talked about this, but this is the perfect time for me to bring this in.
All right.
And if I offend anybody, I apologize. I'm not meant to.
He does look a little menacing there, though.
He does. See, and that's the
Right?
Deadpool. That's the Deadpool Fear Itself
version.
series.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, cool.
Which I'm still sure he's probably the butt of the jokes in it because
I would imagine, yeah.
But I am not a fan of clowns at all.
Okay.
I have and if you are, or you've dressed up as a clown to like,
God, you don't
cheer up
piss off
children.
our clown listeners.
I don't want to, and that's not my point. But I have a theory that somebody who puts on a lot of makeup is hiding something. If somebody is putting on
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, if somebody is putting on a frog costume all the time.
Yeah, they got issues. Something. They got issues, yeah.
Or
a walrus costume. Or a spider costume.
No, the walrus costume I get. A frog one I don't understand.
It's the ones where they hide their face.
Yeah.
Like Superman, not worried about him. Batman, ish.
See,
right?
but I
Just
can
half
see
the
at least
face.
half the
Yeah.
face. But you're right. I think that's why
Robin, not menacing at all.
No.
Even though he covers his eyeballs.
But that's why Spider-Man makes so many jokes. Because if he didn't make so many jokes.
That's true. People would be scared.
Yeah.
Especially in that black suit. That black suit looks a little menacing.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
So the most non-threatening
Walrus
super
does not
villain,
look cool.
No. Takes out the 3 defenders.
He took out Beast and Angel
Iceman
and Iceman.
Angel through the process of like them throwing things at him that aren't bothering him
Right.
throwing things at them that they can't dodge,
Right.
like them tiring themselves out from hitting him, the strength he has.
What did he throw at them that they couldn't dodge?
I mean, like he throws a tree.
Okay.
Like a
But I'm
giant
thinking you got
tree.
one guy that can fly. You got one guy that can shoot ice at everything.
I don't remember
and
if he
stop
throws it. He might grab and just like swing it at him kind of thing.
Okay. I'm just saying these defenders were not on their top game.
No. Oh, which by the way, before I forget, the way it happens, it is a tree. Yeah, he hits them all with a tree.
Okay.
Here, I'm trying to find so you can
This one literally says
he's like sitting there just swinging
look
the
at
whole
him swinging
tree.
that tree. This one says he is a villain that is not meant to be taken seriously and is instead a sort of villainous comedy relief.
Well, that's true in this. Let me tell you how he gets defeated.
Please do.
Because that's the comedy relief of this. Also, I didn't add
IBS takes him out.
His 10-year loving uncle
Uh-huh.
who had ideas told him, hey, go attack Beast. We can get on Phil Donahue. When he shows there and he's like, hey, there's more than we thought about. And he's like, 4 heroes for you to take down? Now we'll be on Carson.
Oh, that's
here's
the
thing.
difference.
Carson didn't deal with that just one.
Sure.
One.
No,
you take down 1 hero.
It's 4 or more.
That's Donahue's audience.
Yeah, get on Donahue.
You got to take down 4.
Donahue comes on during the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like
Sure.
Spider-Man, you only caught 1 bad guy. You can go to The View. Okay?
All he had to do was wait another 20 years or so. Now there's 14 different late night shows. He could have been on.
He could have been on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some are even just online only.
You just trip on the street and you get on one of these shows at this point.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna have to cut this episode soon. I gotta go record for a late night show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't blame you.
So basically, with the 3 actual heroes out, the other, I guess, just kind of comic relief in this, and Frogman. It's a one-on-one between Frogman and the Walrus.
Okay.
Frogman goes
natural enemies, frogs and walrus.
Yeah. Basically, Frogman is like, hey, I'm going to do this wild, crazy jump. I'm going to just attack him, like flips. Like, I'm just going to lay one in. It's going to take him out. Sure. While this is all going on, Walrus is starting to feel a little woozy and doesn't really feel well.
Okay.
The effects of the ray
that tikka masala
are
before the big battle
are starting to kind of have effect on him, and it's stealing his power. And he lays down, like, I think Frog does barely make some contact with him as he flips back, but it's not Frog at all.
Right.
Instead, Walrus is tired and decides to lay down for a nap. The other 3 defenders wake up and see him out. Yeah. And they're like, oh, Frog did it.
Ah, great.
And so the Frog is,
I can save my ice.
The Frog is basically given the, hey, way to go ahead and beat Walrus.
Very nice.
Yeah. Like in the process of him, like, trying to say, like, leave me alone, he even hits Frog again, and he just gets so tired he passes out.
Sure.
So that's how this Walrus goes. He goes
Walrus
from
will.
Yeah. The defenders could not take him out.
Yeah.
So instead,
They just leave.
yep.
Literally,
They
just
wake
left?
up. They wake up and they're just like, "Oh, okay, you took care of him. Well, that's strange. Okay,
Bye.
he could have." Well, here it ends with, "Oh, they say, well, look on the bright side." And Beast asks, "What's the bright side?" And Angel goes, "He could have had the proportionate strength of an aardvark, but don't."
Come on, that's a great joke. Good job, Beast.
That's Walrus.
Wow, man.
It was a shorter one, but it was one that was just.
That's okay.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it gives me time to also talk to Mike about other things that are going on. You know,
Sure.
all this non-comic talk that people loved at the beginning of the
People
episode.
love that they tune in for the comics and they stay for the talk.
There's something that has just been bothering me.
Yeah, what you got?
In my mind, and I wanted to maybe know if you could help me with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you ever drive by and you see billboards?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So they're this giant thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Oh, do I need to
Sure.
keep going with billboards?
No, we're good.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So, usually though, when you drive by, it's a call to action of some sort,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
It's like, hey, buy this. Hey, we offer
Buy
this
it now.
service.
Call us now.
Hey, you
Sure.
could advertise here.
Sure.
Any of it. It's all
Sure.
call. I passed a billboard the other day that I cannot figure out what the call to action is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still just racking my brain trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And all it says is, it's red and in giant white letters. It says, "Why did you move to Texas?"
Yeah, I've seen that.
And
I don't understand it either.
I just I'm not even going to take it. We're not driving into whatever the reason behind this was.
Yeah.
Just as a billboard.
Just as a billboard, it's ineffectual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm just sitting here and I was like, I was born here. And I
Yeah.
just keep driving.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're like, but there's
It
no
was
call
for
to
work.
action. There's no call to action.
Yeah.
It's like driving,
It would be better if it said, move to Texas, get out or something.
just
At least that's a
something.
call to action.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like I drive by and it's like, hey, what's your favorite breakfast sandwich? I'm like, I guess I'll think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just super.
No, it's stupid. It's stupid. A lot of stupid billboards have started to pop up about, it seems like this Texas get out mentality, get the Californians out of Texas. Why did you move to Texas?
What is it?
All of that stuff.
I don't understand why that matters. But again, I'm not here to, it was the first time I saw a billboard where I was like, I don't understand the point of that.
Yeah. It's almost like what happens in the comics before a supervillain is invented.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Exactly.
you're going to get Texas Man or something, that
Yeah.
he hates abortions and loves his guns, and Californians can all go to hell. That's
Texas Man.
Texas Man.
Are we going to write our own graphic novel at some point in time?
It's just going to be Big Tex from the state fair. He just like, I'm finally free.
See, I feel like we make it kind of like a old Danger Mouse villain where it's a giant robot kind of.
Oh yeah, he's been a robot all along.
Oh yeah, and then
see, people that are not in Texas that are listening to this, you don't realize that the Texas Fair mascot is like this 80-foot tall cowboy.
Oh,
right?
it's massive.
And he just points and goes, "Welcome to the state fair," or whatever. But they had to redo him several years ago
after he caught fire or something.
Yeah,
right?
like his head caught fire, and so they had to.
He was a bit hot-headed.
They had to nice. They had to rebuilding, and so that's your origin story. That they built a robot basically.
Oh, they made him even.
Maybe they built this robot that could self-care, take care of itself so it doesn't catch fire and things. And then it becomes sentient from too many corn dogs or whatever,
Well, then I think Big Tex is just too good of a name instead of Texas Man.
I think it's just Big Tex.
Yeah, this is something that they would do on The Boys, I feel like.
We need California Boy who comes and fights him or something.
No, it would be Big Tex and like
CBD Man.
Cali Bro.
Cali Bro. He comes in on his space surfboard.
What's up, Shredlords? Stuff like that.
Tex, I'm gonna take you down.
But it's so funny you brought up Big Tex. I have seen one of the weirdest altercations I have ever seen in my entire life at the state fair.
Yeah.
I've
never been.
See, I've only been. Funny enough, I went twice, and it was like back-to-back days.
Mm-hmm.
I covered.
That only counts as once.
Oh.
If it's back-to-back days.
Yeah, that's fine. I've only been once. I had to make the drive to Dallas twice.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
But
okay, well, then that's two.
Yeah. But I got the opportunity to when I worked for the sports radio station, and we would obviously travel and cover when Baylor played.
Right, sure.
And Baylor used to play Texas Tech on a neutral field site.
Yeah.
It was AT&T Stadium in Dallas for a while. Before that, it was the Cotton Bowl.
Right.
So it was at the Cotton Bowl, very much like Oklahoma and Texas was for the longest until they moved to AT&T as well.
Right.
But it's going on during the state fair. So we are leaving. First of all, that game was great because the Texas Tech fans, I don't know if you know this or not, and I don't know if they still do this, but they used to throw tortillas.
They still do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I didn't know that at the time. And I set up in the press box, which was on the Texas Tech side. And when they would score, it would honestly be a wave of tortillas. That just flew
I don't
out.
even know what it means.
I don't either.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. But so game over, we leave and we're exiting, trying to make our way back to the parking lot to the car.
Was this during Kingsbury, Texas Tech?
Yes, he was. He was the coach there.
Basically run and shoot for 20 years or whatever. Yeah.
It was a long game because it was also
it's all offense.
Yeah, it is. It was right before Baylor kind of got that huge step up. Yeah. But you could kind of see the offense was it was a lot of offense. It was a lot of passing.
Right.
But so we exit and we're leaving and we had to walk through the concession stands. And, you have funnel cakes. It smells fantastic. Funnel cakes, giant hot dogs. And they're out of mustard in all the dispensers.
All right.
In the center area. There's one center area where all the mustard is.
Yeah. That's where they keep all the mustard. One place, right in the middle.
Ketchup's fine. There's no mustard.
That's your first mistake.
A worker has to hop over one of the tables there to go because the mustard's been out and people have been complaining about it.
Sure. Where's my mustard?
You don't keep mustard away from the people.
Yeah. No. People love their ground mustard.
Exactly.
Paste. Ground mustard paste.
Ground mustard paste. So he hops over there and he switches out the tub of mustard.
Yeah.
And screws it in. And as he's trying to, one of the guys, he has just done it. The guy's just finished screwing the lid on.
The guy runs up and tries to squirt.
Immediately. Yeah. And another guy behind him is like, dude, and pushes him. I guess was waiting there. They get into basically almost a fist fight over mustard.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It all could have been solved by little packages.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at the Texas State Fair, I saw a fist fight
over mustard.
It's almost as great as the I might have to save this story closer to Christmas time to tell about neighbors we used to have who felt the need to bless us with a great quote on actually Christmas morning at 2:00 Christmas morning.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'll
keep
save
that. That's that Christmas magic.
There you go. Yeah, we'll save that. But what I do have in store that I think is really cool and really exciting, I'm excited to do this for the next month, for the month of October, is I told Mike this, but usually October means we're getting close to Halloween.
That's right.
And
usually,
yeah. Sometimes if you live in a place that holds it on November 1st.
Sometimes we have Halloween in November.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Nobody does that. We do it at our house. We call
Fun
it
size.
I couldn't come up with a name for it. We call it All Hallows
November
Pass.
Spooky Day.
November Spooky Day is better.
Right before we eat turkey.
Right. We have
Scare
November
the shit out of each other.
Day.
Yeah.
We scare the turkey on November Spooky Day.
And
then
we kill it. Yeah. Scare it to death and then defeather it.
Exactly. I am deciding that we are going to cover nothing but horror themed.
Yeah, I like this.
Comics and graphic novels. Probably a little different because I don't know. I'm sure I'll find one or two, or even the stories in general that I'm a part of that I'll come across will be a little weird, but I'm aiming to find some good stuff for us to go over. One of the things that I'm looking into that I hope I can find that I think I should be able to, Mike, is a collection of Tales from the Crypt comics.
Oh, sweet.
They put them, you know how they put together. And so I was going to read through those and just kind of do, because those are great comics. You find some of the olders, but then maybe some of the newer stuff. And I think that we could have a lot of fun just kind of talking about some horror themed comics for the month of October. So I think that's what you have to look forward to.
I love it. Yeah. I think that's fantastic. I love horror. I love Halloween. Being able to do this show about those subjects would be fantastic. So it sounds like a lot of fun.
That is what you can look forward in the.
I expect to have the excrement scared out of me.
Oh.
So I'm just putting that out there. Yeah.
I might need to rework one of them. Okay. One of them was going to make you pee your pants.
Oh, well, that's close.
But I don't know if it was going to.
You don't know about the excrement.
No.
Okay.
How do you feel about if it causes you to throw up?
No, I don't want that. I don't like throwing up. No.
So
I'd rather butt throw up than mouth throw up.
Okay, I'll make sure. Yeah. I'll be like, all right, butt throw up ?
Butt throw up.
Wow, this just a Steve Elson. I'm gonna
quick,
close it. I don't know how to save it after butt throw up. So we're just gonna move on. Yeah.
I've ended a lot of relationships that way.
We're on. We are on Instagram.
We're
Bros,
everywhere.
Foes, Heroes. Rogue Media is on Insta as well. Make sure to give us a like, follow. A lot of great stuff coming out. Also, if you feel like emailing us, it's bros, foes, and heroes.
Send us an email.
Please tell us what you want us to read. Tell us if you like.
Tell us about your butt throw up.
Yeah. What, who's been your favorite? Who's the character you haven't thought?
That's exactly right. Yes.
Hey, give us
something ridiculous to cover.
Let us know. Just message me wherever. I'm telling you, I'll look into it.
Oh yeah. We will.
Also, before I go,
we need a phone number.
We do.
We need people to call and leave messages.
We could get a Google number.
I'll get a number
that they could just text.
I think it'd be fun.
Or they could call and leave and we
messages.
could just play the messages.
We'll play the messages. I think it'd be great.
Okay, so Mike's working on a number, so you can call us.
Beep, bop, boop, boop, boop. That's me working on it.
And that's, my goodness, he is just working up a storm here. He already left the studio and somehow got a keypad. I don't know what that has to do with it.
Got a virtual boy over here, and I'm working it out.
Those things hurt your eyes so much, though.
Yeah, it's all red.
See,
what do you want?
I was just realizing I was about to say something that dated me, and I know saying that still being 33 is weird to say, but I remember playing a Virtual Boy at KB Toys, and that's all I had to say.
I remember looking at one at Target, right? And I was like, this is not for me.
It was Wario Tennis or something, and I was like, as a kid who was excited about everything new, I was just not on board.
I remember looking into it, and just Mario standing there, and he's all red. And I'm like, I don't need this. Yeah. I'm good.
No. So
there you go, guys. That's
there you go. Make sure think about us when you play your Virtual Boy. Also, if you want to dust off your Sega Saturn, you can think about us there too.
Did you ever have an Odyssey?
Which one was the Odyssey?
Do you know what an Odyssey is?
It sounds familiar.
So Odyssey was basically the Pong machine. You know, it had the two things on it, but it came with, this will date me. It came with these translucent pieces of plastic that were in different colors, and you tape them to your TV screen so things would be in color.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it was
no, I had my mother. I had the television where we had to slide out the little plastic cards.
I love the Intellivision though.
Dude, there was a rodeo game that I played the mess out of.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I never played a rodeo game.
It was called Stampede, not rodeo. Stampede.
Oh, I remember Stampede.
Where you had to go around and rope the.
Yeah. I played Burger Time on it all. It was just Burger Time. Yeah.
That was more NES for me.
Yeah, this was Intellivision for me.
Oh, still Burger Time. Such a great game. All right, that what?
Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy your Burger Time when you're in television.
And make sure that you keep your Virtual Boy clean because it will never be worth anything one day.
That's right.
All right, that does it for us. So until next week, everybody stay safe. Have a good one.
Bye. Got a gun.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about. This has been a Rogue Media podcast.